Hello! It's Susan from Sassy C Art Shop. You guys ready to do some art with me? Let's get to it! Hello everyone! It's Susan from Sassy C Art Shop. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know, I create a lot of art and stickers and I put them in my shop, and that's kind of what I do. So today I thought I would properly celebrate MerMay! Yay! For those of you who don't know, MerMay is a month-long art challenge during the month of May where a bunch of different artists will create a mermaid every single day. And they do different prompts or colors, or you can create your own list. Now, last year I participated in this fully. I did create 31 mermaids, all different colors and different genres, and I had a lot of fun doing that. But I didn't think I was going to have time to do that this year. However, if you are interested in seeing all the mermaids I created last year and purchasing some mermaid prints for yourself, I do have those available this month only as a bonus in my shop. So be sure to check it out. It's in the link down below. So this artwork, I did want to participate in MerMay. Like I said, I won't be able to do one every single day, but I still wanted to create a mermaid for the month of May because it's what you do, Anyway, so this one, instead of doing a very sweet, kind mermaid, I kind of wanted to lean a little more into the darker themes of mermaids. So I definitely made her more like a siren compared to just a regular happy mermaid. This is definitely one that is like, oh, she drowned sailors, for sure. Anyway, so what I'm doing right now, you saw me do the line art at the beginning. I always do the sketch off screen just because a lot of times I have quite a few tweaks to work out, and it takes me a little bit to get those done, and I don't want y'all to have to watch me erase and redraw something 50 times. But so the line art, I just did what I normally do. So that's a thinner line art for any of the interior lines, and then a thicker outline for the characters themselves, like their outside line, and then the box around them, just because I think it adds a little more contrast. And the only other thing I did, I actually took my Ohuhu gel pens, because I have a set that has white, gold, and silver. And I did actually use the gold to have some gold coins in the background, as you can see here. So I'm coloring the background. I wanted it to look like, they're under the water. She's pulling him under. So I kind of created this aquatic background with a coral reef and seaweed and little fish. And I like to think that he's a pirate. And so there was a whole bunch of gold coins on board, and when they took over the ship and made it, sink, it's all the gold coins falling to the bottom as well. So I added some cute little things in the background, like a little jellyfish and starfish and some shells and stuff, because part of what I do, I create stickers each month to go with the theme of my art print, and you'll see those later this month. But they are little sea creatures, so I did want to include them in the art piece. But as you can see here, you can't really see them very well, because what I wanted to do, I wanted it to look like they're actually under the water. I wanted to go over it with different shades of blue to look like the light is coming in. So some of those little details that I worked so hard on, it's well, now you can't even see them because I added the blue, so you can't see them super well. But I do feel like that gives it the more underwater theme, which I really like. I've been working on backgrounds more this year. Normally in the past, it's a lot of times I'll just do the character and wouldn't do anything for the background, or I would just do one solid color, which works. But I kind of like having a full immersive experience. So yeah, I definitely wanted to include that, and this one especially because I was like, oh, I want her to be underwater. I want it to look really cool. So as I said, she is a siren. She's not just a mermaid. So you can see the words. It's called the Siren and Sailor. This is actually the name of the ship that he was on. I like to think that he is the younger son of the ruling monarch. So he doesn't really have as much responsibilities and things like that. So he started seafaring, going on voyages, going on his ship and things like that. And he would hear all these tales about these dangerous sirens who would use their voices to lure sailors to their death and then crash their ships and take all the bounty. So he is kind of curious about that, and he actually ends up joining a pirate crew who are hunting down the sirens. But when he becomes captain eventually, he really thinks that the sirens have been misaligned, that these stories have been exaggerated, that basically they actually deserve a fair chance. So he thinks that if he ever meets a siren, he's going to try and reason with them. He's going to try and, give them a fair deal, because he's still acting in a minor capacity for the royals, but also committing some piracy. So I'm almost like, I don't know how legal that is. Anyway, so he names his ship the Siren and Sailor because he kind of thinks of himself as the savior of the sirens. He thinks, they're going to jump at this chance to, not drown sailors if I just talk with them diplomatically. So she, the siren, eventually attacks his ship and takes the ship down. And as I said, the gold coins from the pirate ship are raining down. And then she finds him and they lock eyes. And so she's kissing him right now. And I want to leave it up to you guys. Let me know in the comments. Should she save him by giving him, breathing life into him, taking him to land? Or should she use her siren abilities to distract him with her kiss and drag him to the depths and his death? I'm kind of curious. What do you think the story would actually happen? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious. So for the coloring for her, for all of it, I use my Ohuhu alcohol brush markers. I'm not sponsored by them. I just really, really like their product. So I decided to give her green skin. I didn't want to do just a normal skin tone because I feel like mermaids, it's really fun because you can pick whatever skin tone you want and it's still it's still a mermaid, it's fun to do. And then I felt like the green was a little more creepy and more siren-esque than just the regular, a regular skin tone that humans would have. And I know that gold goes really, really well with green. So in her tail and fin and her eyeshadow, I used the gold gel pen that I was talking about earlier. And I really am glad I did that. I feel like it just added that little extra pump and pizzazz and sparkle. And it's ooh, shimmery mermaids. That's the best part, I love the way it comes together. And then for his coloring, I know that red is complementary to green. So, and I feel like a prince and a pirate would both have a red sailor shirt compared to a white one. And also I just like red better than white. So, I decided to do that. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Anyway, but, and I thought that would complement really well up against her skin tone and her fin, and I really wanted them wrapped up together, they're really passionate kiss. I really like how the layout and the format and all of this worked out. So you'll see that he does actually have a dagger strapped to his waist. So he's not stupid. He's aware of the danger, but he's still thinking that, oh, this is not something that I need to be cautious of. So we'll see if he learns to regret that decision. So for both his hair and his pants, I did want them to be dark, but I actually layered a blue color first and then layered my darker color to make it look black, because I think it adds a little more depth and a little more interest when you layer blues before you layer your black instead of just straight black. And it also, you know, goes with the ocean theme, because the big blue, what's it like? Big and blue. I knew it. Anyway, so yeah, I really like how this piece turned out. It's just really interesting. I like the composition. I had some trouble getting like the kiss pose right when I was drawing it at first, because I don't really draw a lot of characters actually like interacting with each other a lot. They're very static, and this one I feel like has a lot more like movement and stuff, so that was a little more difficult to do. So for the words, the Siren Savior, I did try and make it look like that was like the painted part of the ship that had like come off, like that was the name of the ship and that's what came off, so it looks more like wood. And then I layered like a white paint pen for the words first, and then put the marker over it so I could still see it, and then do the white paint pen again to really make it stand out. Yeah, and then the last thing I actually did, you won't see it here, but digitally I actually added blue lighting to the characters to kind of like make them more part of that environment with the blue lighting and the sea and everything. But I couldn't decide which I liked better because I really like the green fin and everything just like popping out, and it's like very distinct from the background. But I also really liked how it kind of blended into the background and was more part of it with the blue lighting that I did digitally. So I'm actually offering both options in my shop for the month of May. So if you're interested in getting your own copy of the Siren Sailor art print, be sure to check out my shop. It's there until May 31st, and then you'll have to be a member to get it. But so get it before then if you want it right now. So now I'm just peeling off the tape. Have a little trouble peeling it off, but so satisfying once it comes off, you know. And I'll let y'all just finish seeing it, and I'll show you a few close-ups of the finished product. All right, let me know what you thought of this video, and let me know what you think she's doing. Is she drowning or saving him? Let me know. You guys are still here? Well, thanks so much for watching. To support my channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if you want anything from the shop, the link's always in the description. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and next time, don't forget you're going to get to see my highlights of my artistic journey, as well as my foibles, because there will be some. All right, bye!